All right, and so now we're just gonna open up the ashtray. I tell you, that jar is light as a feather. With the Boveda bag in it, cigars and all, the thing is like weightless. Which I'm glad I didn't know ahead of time, because I would have been really worried about shipping it. Nonetheless, it arrived in perfect shape. So, this I'm excited to see, because this, unlike the jar, weighs a frickin' ton. Very cool combo, I think, and you know, for the kind of money you spend on these things, they should give you a fucking ashtray. They'll give you extra cigar too. And a lighter. And a cigar case and a cutter. Free passes to a concert of your choice in Las Vegas. Unbelievable. Alright, once again, packed like a champ. Look at that. All padded on the sides and everything. That's just great. There we go. Remove this. Thank you very much. And there, once I took off that bag, I have another thing, box, all bubble wrapped to perfection. That's what I like to see, because that gives me a lot of confidence in future ordering. Not me per se, I mean, I already have confidence in this site, but say it was my first time ordering from them, you know, this is the kind of thing that would make me say, you know what, I trust these people with my stuff, and let me order from them again. Because as I said, I have had vendors where the experience was just not the way I wanted my stuff treated, and I never ordered from them again, and I never even mentioned them on the show because they suck. So, there we go. Wow. Wow, that is heavy, man. That is heavy. There it is. Same as the box. 165, as it said, matching ashtray. Good to know. Outer sleeve. We'll keep that for whatever. And let's see. Oh, wow. This is a nice ashtray. Because they don't pack crappy ashtrays like this. I tell you that. Ooh, you know, very reminiscent of the Diamond Crown ashtray in shape, only not as large. But oh my God, for its size, is it fucking heavy or what? Whoa! This thing weighs a ton. All right. You know what? Oh wow. Ain't that cool. Ain't that cool, man. Ain't that cool. It's gotta be a mighty good cigar to bring me to put an ash in that thing. That is cool. I might have to redesign a living room around this ashtray. Bone white. You get like a nice white carpet, all dark wood furniture. Hey, I'm almost there. Maybe I take out all the reds in here and I make white. This is something else. This is something else. There's a little bit of... That's nothing, just a little frosting there. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I say about this gold stuff, man. You know, you can't keep marks off of it. It happens, but it's no big deal. There are no cracks, chips, anything like that. Let's get all this stuff out of the way so you can really appreciate. I think, as fond as I am of jars, and I love this jar, but this ashtray really makes the package. Because the jar has so much stuff going on that, you know, the dragons are there, but they're not so pronounced as on this ashtray. Yeah, before I put it down. Oh, and that's one thing I forgot to mention about Pacific Cigar Company. You may be familiar with Siglo products. Well, Siglo, the brand of humidor, ashtray, cigar accessories, period, were created by Pacific Cigar Company. So, seeing this quality product here, you can be sure that the rest of their products are probably of at least the same quality. 165 of 1200. Siglo. What does it say there? Siglo, the quality and stylish choice, fine bone china. Now this is funny. 165 of 1200. I wonder if we have another cigar blooper here. Hold on a second. I gotta go under here to see something. Yeah. Now that's funny. That's funny. Okay, now this is funny. Because, if you remember I was saying before, oh, I think they made 2,000, then I corrected myself and said, no, it was more like 1,000, but we'll find out in a minute. Because we'll see on the bottom of the jar. Well, I'll show you close-ups in a second, but the bottom of this jar is 165 out of 1020. The bottom of this ashtray says 165 out of 1200. That's kind of funny. Does it mean anything is illegitimate? No, absolutely not. This is some sort of blooper I have to look into, or it's very possible, being that the ashtray is Siglo and the jar is, well, it's not marked Siglo. I don't think they offer it for sale, you know, as without the cigars as a line of their products. No Siglo. What I'm thinking is maybe they have a few extra 100, was 1020, 180 to be precise, ashtrays available for sale without the jar. That's possible. I'll have to look into it. I don't know why. But apparently there's some sort of weird thing. 1020, 1200. Don't know. So, yeah, so here is the jar. 165 out of 1020. No Siglo mark, just your Habanos SA logo, emblem, chevron, what have you. And on our ashtray, $165 of 1200. So, and whatever. There is our ashtray, all by its lonesome. Really standout piece, I think. Amazing detail. You have the dragons all the way around. I love, again, they repeated the scale motif inside. Gold-plated whatnot, cigar holders, room for 4. Not comfortably all at once, but I mean, if everybody decides to leave their cigar all at once, there's probably a problem in the room. So, I think that about wraps it up. Really beautiful, extraordinary set to commemorate the 20th anniversary of a really up-and-coming cigar distribution company. Hunters and Frankow, look out. You know, that's all I can say. This is a beautiful set. Let's take a look at it all together as I say my goodbyes. So, that about wraps up this episode of the Dr. Joe Show. Hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. If anything, it gives you collectors out there an idea of what to hunt for next. Because this little beauty of a set is quite difficult to find. And when you do find it, it's way too expensive for what it is. I mean, look. It's a beautiful set. Gorgeous. $1,700 seems to be the regular asking price whenever someone does have one, and that's just way too effing much. Way too much. I mean, it's a jar and an ashtray and a bunch of cigars that you can get anytime, anywhere, except for maybe the except for maybe the regional edition releases. But that doesn't weigh in for any amount of the difference. I would say a fair price for this set, I don't know, say $250 to $300 for the ashtray, $400 for the jar, and then your cigars, you're coming up somewhere around $900 to $1,000, something like that. Maybe, I would say max price $1,200 for everything. You know, add on the whole collector's value, rarity, hard to get kind of thing. But $17, that's just not fair. Luckily, I didn't pay that. Great cigars, great set. The only thing I'm missing now is a lit cigar in my ashtray. So hopefully we get to that soon. One last note on the vendor, Finest Cuban Cigars, you've done an amazing job. You know, while I can pick at this and that about the price, one other thing I don't like is that this ashtray, gorgeous, amazing, fragile, but there's no rubber stops on the bottom of it, which means that the rough finish of the china is in direct contact with whatever you put it on, and my table is showing that already. Doesn't matter, it's happened before with other jars, so it's not like I ruined a brand new table, but do beware of that. I would not put this thing on a glass table without first adding some sort of little rubber supports to the bottom of it, because it will fuck a glass table up, and a wood one as well. That is probably the only thing I would change about this set. I love the cigars that are included. I love the artwork. The decals are all pristine, very well done. Again, the dragons, very classy. You know, they pretty much did as much as they could to it without making it completely just disgustingly gaudy. It looks really nice. If you're into that kind of thing, I do love dragons. I always have since I was a kid. Maybe because they blow smoke and fire, I don't know. Might have something to do with it. But to me, it's cool. And as I said, it will make a wonderful addition to the collection. So yeah, Finest Cuban Cigars. For me, the prices, the service, the speed of shipping, the level of customer service, everything gets an A, dead on, wonderful. The only reason I'd go anywhere else, and as you guys know out there, I've always been a big cigar one. The only reason I would go anywhere else right now except for Finest is because of selection. They do have regional editions and limited editions. They do not have as many as Cigar One, who has an abundance. However, if you're looking for, you know, mostly standard release cigars, they have it all. A line of Cohiba, Monte Cristo, all the global brands, even a lot of the smaller, hard to get stuff, local brands, they have it all. And they have it at very, very, very good prices comparatively. I trust them 100%. Like I said, I put my stamp of approval, whatever that's worth to you, I don't know, but I put my name on that. And whenever you're in the need for any kind of cigar, as long as it's not some sort of, like, you know, super rare, limited La Gloria Cubana release, you'll find it there. There's no reason to go anywhere else. There's no reason to go anywhere else. And as you can see, they can also do, you know, for their good customers, they are willing to do favors, you know, and that's the sign of just a really good vendor, when they will go above and beyond to make sure their customers are happy. So, you know, they didn't have to do that for me. They could have just said, no, we don't have it. Just like, you know, they weren't the only ones I asked. I asked about 5 or 6 other people, a lot of the vendors that I name in my other videos as my trusted vendors. And it was all like, oh, we'll see what we can do, we'll get back to you, blah, blah, blah. No one did. Finest did. So right now, they are definitely on the top of my list, and I will be ordering again frequently in the very near future. I recommend you do the same. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next time, we are picking up, even though this was Cuban, it was a Cigar Collectibles episode. We will be picking up with Cuban cigar reviews, and I'm thinking about either doing La Gloria Cubana or Cohiba. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. But after smelling the Cohibas I got today, I am really in the mood for one. So quite possibly we will be diving into the wonderful and mysterious world of Cohiba. That's it. Keep on smoking.
Say goodnight, Max.